this game. He won't have to anymore. Ken Shepard is back in. The second time he's been in this game, but I have a funny feeling this time, Jim, he's going to stay out there a little bit longer than he did the first time.
I think that goal typifies this game in more ways than one, Jack. It's been the effect that Gretzky's had on the game, and also the...
And now they're shooting for real. Third period, play in the Bull zone. Tipped out at center, Gretzky on his backhand, and look at this breakaway speed. Tees up, shot kicked out by Ken Shepard, who has spent most of this season with the Ajax Axemen. Right back is Hollis, and when he scores, just walked right in. And does this look a little familiar to the start?
You know what? Young Hollis read my mind. As Shepard makes the save, I'm thinking to myself, all right, the Bulls are going to have to take 5 minutes to figure this guy out because they haven't faced him. They've got to rethink their attack to the net. Now, if the Generals can just get one, and look at Hollis cut to the outside, then to the inside rather nicely. Blows right in, a couple of dekes in tight, pass Grevenier, nothing he can do about it. Guy's bearing in on him at full speed. He's got to stay planted. Now, this is, it's going to be last, I said this before, last shot wins. I'm getting verification on just about every play.
Second of the game for Scott Hollis. He made that one look very easy. As he blew on by Rick Marshall, stepped right out in front and shifted in the corner. Hollis at 52 seconds gets the Generals back to within a goal.
As they say on Sportsline, fasten your seatbelts.
And away we go. Shot from the point gets through, and the stop is made by Shepard. And the Generals, the last time Shepard made a stop, Oshawa came back and scored, but LA can't handle that one. Rob Kingan on the right side, deflected to the line. Grimes just blows in there. Jake Grimes, short side, shot right on, and Shepard didn't have to move. Well, Ken Shepard's in the game for a minute, gets an assist on that last goal. Now LA, Kingan gets the hug on him and rides him into the boards. Grimes, the other side, coming away slowly for Belleville, along with Kevin Brown, who's had a good game this afternoon. Grimes goes for the shot, it is blocked. And now Brown with it, but he has nobody in front. Will try and maneuver into better position. Lost the puck. LA for Oshawa. At center as Preston will shoot it back down the ice. Nearing the 2-minute point of the third period. And the Generals on the board here. Chance out in front of Toski. And he was tied up by Green. A slow pass coming from Brown. And now the Generals back the other way with Deasley. In for a wrist shot, and he missed the net. Hurley will get it out as far as center, picked off by Burgess. And Toski on the way. Bouncing off the check of Lease, but then can't follow up. And it was cleared by Shepard right off of Toski's skate. That's playing with fire. Hurley on the right wing for Belleville. And Toski broke too quickly at the line. And the Bulls are called on the offside. 2:28 into the third period. Belleville leading this one 6-5 on the OHL Game of the Week on the Global Television Network. To center. Kingan trying to poke check it. Offside is the call as P.J. McPherson gains access to the Belleville zone. We played 3:28 here in the third period, and as long as we're watching them beat the drum, let us do so for the fans in Peterborough next week.
Yeah.
We will bring you the London Knights, who have not lost in about 4 years, or so it seems, and they will be playing the Peterborough Petes, who, since we saw them last, Jimmy, have broken out of their recent doldrums with back-to-back victories. They are back in track, and it certainly is not coincidental that Chris Longo is back in their lineup, and that adds an extra high-scoring left winger of all-star caliber, and we'll be seeing him and company as well as London next week.
And you want to know, they looked at the tapes of the game we did when Niagara Falls handled them so well that they're going to atone for that in the OHL Game of the Week. They don't want to be embarrassed again.
Pays off in the center ice zone as the Bulls win the draw. Rob Kingan rolled over as Preston will have to slide in and get it. Pumped off the boards. Corralled by Lease at center. Rob Lease pass. Too far for Weaver. Down into the corner it goes. Kingan and McPherson, they lock up on the boards, and that draws a crowd. Puck came right out in front, and the Generals couldn't get a stick on it. Lease left point, one-time shot. It's deflected away by McCallion, and now McCallion on the boards will be denied exit by Weaver, and that's going to draw a crowd. The puck is loose, though. Off of Gretzky's skate back to Kingan. He directs it for McCarty. Over the line, Darren McCarty's shot is deflected up out of play, and the face-off is coming up. 15:44, time left in the third period. Belleville Bulls 6, Oshawa Generals 5. Slow Boston. Up into the Oshawa bench.
Oh, almost got Rick Kornacki, the coach. He goes down in a heap. He almost got pegged off. We're mentioning the bench is tightened up. One of the players you're not seeing right now.
It's okay, Rick. You can stand up now. Look at Larry Marsden. Take that, coach.
Somewhere on the bench. He's going to the helmet. Yes. Number 16, LaFrance, who was the 12th round selection of Oshawa in Kitchener last year at the priority draft. Not the last player taken. The last player taken in that draft that is active right now was the 19th round selection, Bradley Blaine by Windsor. But remember, Oshawa was picking very last in each round. They got some good mileage out of that draft.
Especially when they didn't have second rounders 2 years in a row on the Lindros trade. Here's his shot. Take it right on, and Scott Boston was stopped. Sparrow, and on the boards, broken up by Bailey. And back it goes, Kevin Brown. 2 goals this afternoon. Foran Koski in the corner, centered in front. There was nobody there. And Bailey has to rush back after it. It's off his skate. He and Brasby quite a fight for the puck. Neither will get it. Rive picking it up for Dublin. Has good breakaway speed and now turning it on. And Koski away on the left wing, but Grimes holds on. Steps around for a centering pass. Still has it. Grimes being held off by Bradley. Puck changed direction. It came off the skate of Wade Simpson in on goal. Ken Shepard's looked pretty good. He still doesn't know where the puck is, and it's out in front of him. Now, lots of good scoring opportunities, but what else is new when you have 11 goals in the game to this point as we do? 6-5, Belleville leading.
Welcome back to the Quinte Sports Center. The wave has started, and a wave of action right here. And this backs up my earlier statement. Just throw it at the net. Because look at this. It's not going anywhere near the net, off the skate. And young Shepard, who didn't really know where it was, had to make a save. And there's young LaFrance, who's back out on the ice now as that bench is starting to stretch out. 12th round selection. And the scouting report on him is he was light when they drafted him. Okay, 155 pounds, added 30 pounds over the summer. And Rick Kornacki says, good defensively, great hands. And when you add that kind of weight over a summer and you can still maintain your game, that's something.
Harold LaFrance in his rookie season with 6 goals and 11 assists. 30 pounds in the summer.
Yeah, guess he had supper with you.
Woof. He doesn't want to do that too many summers in a row.
No.
He'll have to roll him out there. Loose puck behind the net. It's up for grabs. Look at this collision. Short side. Loose puck in front. And Tingham just did clear it away at the last moment. Generals are pressing for the equalizer. Puck brought down at center. Donahue on the right wing boards. It will be cleared ahead by Grieve off the glove of Brown. And now it's called at the line because of the glove pass. We've played 5 minutes and 59 seconds, and Daniel Godbout. Name you want to remember, because the scouts last year's draft drooled over him. A lot of them thought he was going to be a first-round pick. He went in the second round. Belleville Bulls are going to have a very good defense here next year because they have so many youngsters. They don't lose a lot of players. Scott Boston is the only one off the blue line. They'll be looking for Dan Preston and Daniel Godbout to anchor that blue line for them. Generals with a veteran defense this year, and I don't think they get enough credit on a lot of nights because, let's face it, offensively, the Generals are not the team they were a year ago.
Major loss, though, with Lindros out of there.
Well, he'll be back.
And Pearson.
Burgess took a shot. It's off his skate in front. Bailey gobbles it up. Relays on the boards. Gretzky fan on a clearing attempt. Bailey is up with it. Looking for Gretzky, but Hoffman got his stick on it. And it ends up all the way down into the Oshawa zone. Gretzky off the dasher, hit by Leask. And Rob Leask with an outlet pass. That's going to get by everybody. Preston giving chase for the icing call against Oshawa. And against there with 13:19 left in the third period. The Bulls 6, the Generals 5. You're watching the OHL Game of the Week from Belleville. Will be in the Oshawa zone to start with this face-off. Jack Miller with Jim Taddy at the Quinte Sports Center. Scott Boston shot, and it missed him, not by much. Godbout can't corral it at the line. Stefan Yele getting loose on the right wing. Yele to his backhand. Boston holds him off as it dribbles in on Greg Gravity. He's only had the one shot in the period. That was the goal by Scott Hollis. And there you have a one-sided score, if ever there was one, with Owen Sound leading Windsor 8-1 on the Gillette out-of-town scoreboard. Well, Owen Sound was due to break out of their offensive problems as of late.
That's a flood.
Windsor's had it going both ways this week. They shut out Guelph 7-0. Now they are trailing by 7.
Tied London at 3 last night. Nobody has done that for all of 92 pretty well, I guess.
Well, 12 straight games without a loss for the London Knights. And Fred Brathwaite, who has been the OHL Player of the Week, had back-to-back shutouts after the one he posted on Global last week. And will be going to the All-Star game.
Yeah, Fred, who said after a sterling performance, I've got mono.
Great. He must be getting better.
Whitley perks up. What a save there by Drevin, who saw that all the way.
Greg Drevin in his 3rd season. First year, spent a lot of time in Junior B hockey, and you see Spiro get all of that one, and Drevin played it well, and is able to hold on to the rebound as well.
One of the few shots on goal today, Jack, that didn't jump off the goaltender. This puck's been a live wire all afternoon.
Face off to the left of Greg Drevin. They love it when we mention he's a Tupperville native.
I'm back with you.
Terry, you notice that Antosky drop pass. Grimes and Antosky, if they can get organized, and they couldn't, with a little help from J.P. Davis. Back on the right wing is Bradley. Trying to draw it into the middle. Get the backhand shot away off the post. Oh, what a chance for the Generals to tie it.
You know, Jack, I figured out it's that end. When anything's fired at that end, it'll hit the crossbar or the post. It's down the other end. Take a look at it here as the Generals bear right in, and the goaltender's best friend, the post, comes up with a big stop, a fadeaway shot, which is very difficult, obviously, because the goalie, in that case, Drevin, he's got to fade to his right and then be able to come back, which could cause an injury or two.
They're going to have to repaint that net after this game this afternoon. All the nicks in it from the times the puck has come off it. Greg Drevin with a little help, kind that Brett Brownlee had in the second period. And in a close game, you take it any way you can get it. Shot off the face-off from Hollins. And Scott Boston trying to get loose. Held up by Benda. Loose puck off Hollins out in front. Ryan can't get it out. Hollins tips it back. Lease, wrist shot. Wide of the net, came out the other side. And now the Bulls will corral that. Coming away with Boston flicking it to Antosky. Deflected and then broken up by Lease at the blue line. Hoffman. Back on left wing, starts toward the goal, steps out in front, hook check by Drevin. Boston again. Can't get a hold of the puck. Bulls will get it out of danger. Here's Antosky in center. Cranks it up for a shot, and he missed the net on the far side. Hollins. For Benda. Backhander. Drevin covers up.
Good pressure by the Generals. Hoffman robbed again. Drevin came up with that Johnny Bauer poke check maneuver, and I don't know if he's got the He-Man stick or not, but it certainly delivered whatever stick he was using. And it's 6-5 for the home side. That'll be the Bulls. We'll continue with the OHL game of the week right after this timeout.
Every game this year between Belleville and Oshawa has been decided by one goal. That is the difference right now. Generals win the face-off. There's the shot off the outside of the post by Kevin Spiro. Played back to the line. Good job by Simpson to hold it in. Into the corner, McPherson centering it in front. And Yellen couldn't get a stick in the right position to steer it in the corner. Spiro from the right point. Deflected by Donahue. And Hurley will go and fetch it in the corner. Can't get it out. Again, Simpson doing a solid job at the point. Keeps his team in an offensive mode. Yelling to the outside. Tied up by Donahue. And there will be a stalemate here. There might be more than that.
It's a pretty busy stalemate. This looks like a recreation. You gotta listen here to the referee, Emerson.
We got 2 weeks for roughing. That's it.
Dan Emerson's been calling offsetting minors all afternoon. There have only been 4 power plays in the game. And 2 to each side. The Bulls with the only power play goal. Darren Hurley will go off, as will Jason Weaver. And all of those power plays came in the first period. Since then, the teams have been at even.
We were talking off the top about Bobby Hull. We saw that nice Bobby Hull memorabilia stand in the lobby area. That number 9, that sweater that we had, was a game-worn jersey. In fact, I think I saw a couple of goals fall out of one of the sleeves.
Hollis, nice job by Gretzky. Wouldn't let him shoot. Boston coming back for Belleville, a 1-on-2. To the line, Least will erase him from the play. And now here is Trevor Burgess, native of Canada, down the left wing and over the line. Burgess, oh, what a chance! Nice play by Scott Hollis. Diving, much the way McCarty did in the second period. He put it off the post. Here is Gretzky, and going for the far side, missed. Gretzky will give away to Leafs. Now Burgess behind the net. Trevor Burgess off the boards, back into the corner. And Scott Hollis, with 2 goals this afternoon, came so close to a third.
Look at this.
Gretzky, away from behind the net. Boston shot right on. Stage save by Ken Shepard. He has not allowed a goal here in the third period, and he has been tested. Gretzky out of the corner with it. Or no, he doesn't have it, pardon me. It's caught up in skates. Scott Hollis and Rob Kingan will wipe it out on the boards, and we'll have a face-off in the Oshawa zone with 9 minutes, 55 seconds remaining. Regulation time, 6-5. Bulls are leading the Generals.
And after that, we saw Gretzky parked behind the Oshawa net. Gee, I wonder where that play was spawned. And he called for it, and I mean, it's just like watching the big guy. And you know, one thing I will say about Shepard, he's playing a good, solid third period. Nice stand-up goaltender.
Deflected in front, wide of the net. Kevin Brown over to cut it off. Brown bouncing one in wide of the goal. Shepard on his backhand. Tough position for Shepard to come in here, down by 2 goals. Basically, he's being told, don't allow any more. Backhand shot, Kingan in there, and Shepard had to make another stop. Grimes to the corner. Yele picks off the pass. Brown along the boards with Yele. Grimes in there as well. Yele works it loose off McPherson. Grimes back into the corner after it. Person has a pretty good hold on Jake Grimes. Brown can't draw it loose. However, J.P. Davis does. Veteran defenseman through center. Davison over the line. There was an opening there, and then Davis almost walked through. He passed off as the teams are back to full strength. Davis trying to deflect it out in front. It is stolen away by Godbout. Rowan Toski. He's bumped off the puck by Weaver, but it comes out to center anyway. And here's Kevin Brown. Nice play between the legs of three. Still has it. In a goal! Rebound! Down is Shepard, and he may be hurt. There was a collision at the net.
Took the side of the leg on the head, but what a shift by Brown coming over that blue line on Greaves. Look at it again. Here is Brown. Now, this is a do-si-do, right?
No, he didn't get the arm lock.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Oh, and another shift there by Brown. And he buries one. And watch Shepard as he takes a thigh, or you can't see it really there, but he took the thigh or the side of the leg on the head, and the player went into him, was going in at a good head of steam. So he's just got to, look, there's a couple of birds swirling over his head there.
I have to bring the broom out to clear out the cobwebs.
I think what he said, am I in Belleville? Oh, a stick in the head. Okay, let's take a look at it here again. As Brown lets one fly, and we'll see. Right. Oh, I think he gets kneed there, actually. Yeah, knee, stick, you know, same thing.
Shepard denies the Bulls insurance, and he's not going to come out of there. You can believe that. Getting his chance and playing very well.
Up until now, that was a safe spot.
8:44 left in regulation time. 6-5, Belleville in the lead. Jack Miller with Jim Taddy at the Quinte Sports Center.
I got news for you. Taking a knee in the head is not nice. When we were fighting for seating position in the broadcast booth earlier, Jack, that really hurt.
Yes, but I got the seat I wanted. Boston at center. Cranks it up, shot right on. Kevin Spiro can't throw it out. Came out in front and swept away by Shepard to the near boards. Bulls getting pressure on here in the last few moments. Dowell works along the boards against Bradley, and they have it well tied up here at the moment. They continue on, get it loose. Bailey back at the point, and then he dumps it off in the corner. Out of the net came Shepard. Here's a scramble for it. The Generals get a break, and that the puck did not come out in front.
That puck it's got to be wired. It's unbelievable.
Held by Shepard off the faceoff. Into the corner, and that draws a crowd. And a face-off will come up again. This is not quite as wide open as it had been in the first and second period, but we're getting pockets of it. Bulls have outshot Oshawa to this point, 42-34. Matter of fact, that gives them 10 shots in this period on Ken Shepard. He's played very well in relief.
Stood up well, took the knee to the head, still in there.
Part of the day's work. Burgess spins around the boards. And out at center, we'll see a lot of this line the rest of the way. Along with Paulus and Hoffman. Now Boston out maneuvering Pinda. Up with the puck ahead on the board. And away comes Donahue, number 23 for Belleville. Stick-handles his way into the zone. Then is knocked down. One-handing it for Hurley. It's picked off en route by Trevor Burgess. And back on the left wing, he comes for Oshawa. Burgess and Paulus get crossed up at the line. And Donahue is there and just lays it off the boards down the ice. The Bulls will take an icing call here as they change up with 7:16 remaining in the third period. And there is the veteran Rob Least, a Toronto Marley.
At least.
And I wonder what name they will give the new Toronto entry in the OHL. It does indeed come about next year, and it certainly looks like it will. And simply the best. Belleville Bulls have carried on that way in this community for 11 years, and we thank them for that sign.
Yeah, very nice. 10 years. You know what? The Belleville Bulls started the same year that Sportsline did.
McCallion with the rebound. Tipped behind the net, intercepted by Yele. He fell down. McCallion and Simpson meet in the corner, and that will have it all tied up in the boards. They will work it loose. Gretzky behind the net, looking for McCarty. Steered out of the play by Simpson. And Jason Weaver, number 20 for the Generals. High flip shot up through center. Now here comes the race for it. Dan Preston with McPherson on the boards. And McCarty is in there as well. Worked loose. Jason Arnott centering it out in front. And the Generals with a chance. Here is Brown for Oshawa. Spun around, he lost the puck, and McCarty back in the left wing. Oh, teammates change behind him. And Gabu for McCarty, who now hands off, and Toski with it on the left wing. Back in the middle for Gretzky. He's in check. Puck comes to the line. Oh, that was a slow whistle. It looked like Brown. It was very close. Maybe our cameras can define the call if they so desire.
Linesman Bell thought it was offside. That's the one that counts.
Very close at the line. The Bulls are called on the offside.
Let's take a look at it here. You see Brown's going to jump right into the play. And, oh, yeah, I believe Bell made the right call there.
So Kevin Brown offside. He has had a very strong game this afternoon. 2 goals. Up to 20 in his rookie season.
I didn't see any smoke come out of Mav's ears in that one, so I guess it was all right.
Boston off the boards, but doesn't get it out. Shot left point by Least. Steered away from Greveny, who's been carried into the net by Beasley, but the Bulls have the puck. And away comes Jake Grimes for Brown at center with Antoski. Brown turns for Antoski, but Beasley had him in check. Boston is shot right on, and the save is made by Shepard. Boston will get another crack at it, and he can shoot him. Oh, tucked it out in front. Stop. Grimes with the rebound out of the corner. Turning away from Campo. Steps into shooting position, and then didn't get it away. Backhander Antoski. And it may have been deflected by Ken Shepard, and the Generals can't get out of their own end. This line has had the pressure on, right on by Antoski. Rebound! All around the net, but not in. Brown centering it. Shepard got the stick on it. It finds Campo, and he will just send it out through center ice. Scott Boston against Burgess got there first to produce an icing call against Oshawa. The Generals want to reset. They don't want to be giving Belleville insurance with 4:55 left in the third.
Well, we're seeing a great relief job from young Shepard in the Oshawa cage. And, you know, Ralphie from time to time talks about presence, a goaltender having presence. And he stands tall in that net, stands up rather nicely. When he goes down, he does not cancel himself out, and he looks good. You'll see it right here. He's got control, even though he can't see where the puck is there. He never really cancels himself out. Doesn't lose his footing, able to get up real fast, and he looks good.
Well, I don't know if they give stars for a goaltender who only plays 20 minutes, but if they do, Ken Shepard would certainly be deserving in the Molson 3 Cup. So 3-star selections coming up after this game. 4:45 left in the third period. Generals are going to have to pull out the stops. They trail by 1. Tip back on the boards. Kept in by Grieve. Up for long. Brent Grieve was Brian's brother, who was a second-round pick years ago. And part of the Oshawa connection as you look at Jan Benda. Jan Benda, who was born in Belgium, comes from Essen, West Germany. The Grieve name has carried on in Oshawa for many years. Actually, the Generals have done a good job scooping up local kids. Sean Brown, who came over in a trade, he's from Oshawa. Todd Bradley is also from Oshawa. Mike Code, who we don't see this afternoon. J.P. Davis. Chance for Dowell. This is 3-on-1. Dowell. Right out front. Backhander Hurley. Too deep. In behind the net it goes. That could have salted things away, couldn't it? Yep. Hurley out of the corner. Tapped away from him. Hoffman for Oshawa looking for Hollis. Pass is too far. Icing is the indication. Dan Preston is back to touch it.
And we have a final score from other action. Owen Sound 9, Windsor 1. The score here, 6-5 for Belleville. And we'll be back with more right after this timeout.
Been a good game this afternoon. Bulls leading at 6-5. It's been an entertaining contest. Off the boards. And away comes Weaver. McPherson trailing. Plane's broken up by McCallion. And he can't scoop it up. Centering pass broken up out in front. And McCallion with a chance to clear. Sends that one out to the center ice zone. And Rob Lease will be intercepted by Boston, who had to hold up. Good play by Boston to McCallion. Around Lease, he's upended. Oh, here's a chance fired by McCarty, who is stickless at the moment. Lease.
Look at him play without that stick.
Taking Yelly out of the play. Lease back for a shot. It's blocked, rolling out in front dangerously. And the Bulls get a bounce and are able to clear it. They call it back across 2 lines.
What an effort by McCarty without the stick. Another player might have gone to the bench and canceled himself out defensively. He followed the charging Oshawa player right around the ring.
3:22 left. Obviously, time is a big factor right now for the Generals. Yeah.
And they have a late pick, 17th round selection, Luigi Kelchi, who plays for Owen Sound. You see LaFrance out there was a 12th round selection for Oshawa, and it's good to see that Rick Kornacki would have that kind of confidence in young LaFrance, who, as we say, beefed up over the summer.
Actually, the Sudbury Wolves have a couple of late rounders from 1990 who have really blossomed this year. Rod Hinks, who was, I think, the 3rd last player taken in last year's draft, and Derek Armstrong, who has been leading rookies in scoring this year. He's 18 and was a late pick last year as well.
Now, when you say 3rd last player, that could be like round 24.
Something like that. Backhand shot off Trevany. Arnott back to the blue line. Green for Simpson. Cranks it up, shot missed the net. They fight for it behind the goal. It's up for grabs on the boards now. Hooked by Simpson. That's good reach by Antosky. And it goes down the ice. Speed catching up with that in the corner. We've gone past the 17-minute mark of the 3rd period. 6-5, Belleville in the lead. After seeing so many goals early on, to have just one in the period stands out. Boston breaks up that play. And will feed it out at center. 2-on-1 Belleville. Grimes with Antosky. Grimes shooting, short side, rebound. 2 good saves by Ken Shepard.
Saw a good example there of what I pointed out earlier about how he maintains his position, doesn't get canceled out of the play, and is very aware and able to spring back to make the second save, which he had to on this play.
Grimes is on a 2-on-1 here. And he had Antosky and elected to go on his own. He got 2 cracks at it. And Ken Shepard made 2 stops. 2:28 left in the 3rd period. And the 2,808 paid here this afternoon are certainly getting their money's worth. Face-off will be to the left. Goaltender Ken Shepard. Stellar performance since coming on here in the 3rd. Wide Dowell behind the net. It came loose. Hurley plays it back in behind. Dowell looking to center. He's been denied by Rob Lease. Now it's in there. And a chance for Boston, point blank. Dowell in the corner. Another centering attempt. Intercepted by Hoffman. He will get it to the point. Down the ice it goes. There will be no icing here. Trevany starts out of the net. Play it back along the boards. Puck is still loose. Boston behind his net. The Ottawa native spins toward the corner, looking for Doug Dowell. And Dowell will look for some help and turn on the boards from Donahue. Now Hurley is in on the play, and his flat shot is blocked by Burgess. Scott Hollis with a lead pass for Hoffman. On the board. Drop pass. Hollis broken up nicely by Hurley. Gretzky is away at center ice with one man back. Now Leafs is in the play as well. Gretzky throws it toward the net with 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Oh, almost picked off by Gretzky in front. It's cleared down the ice. No ice in here. We'll keep an eye on the goaltender, Ken Shepard, as there's 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the third period. Burgess after a deep zone with Gretzky on him. Puck almost came off Burgess' stick to the side of the goal. Leafs from behind the net. Relays to the corner for Burgess. And now the Generals coming away with an outlet pass for Leafs. Shepard looking toward the goal, looking for a cue. Weaver on the backhand, out in front, bounced off Dreveny, and it's rolled down the ice. Brent Gretzky showing signs of tiring. He'll get back there after a loose puck. Trying to bang it out in front. It's off Burgess behind the net. 40 seconds left. Generals can't get the goaltender out. Double sit with a one-goal lead centered out in front of Gaines. Side of the goal, and Koski reaching won't get it. Stefan Yele, the net has been knocked loose. And the Bulls will gladly take the face-off in the Oshawa zone, and that's bring the face-off outside of the Oshawa zone. Shepard has moved up toward the hash mark, so depending on which way the face-off goes, that will determine where he goes. And I would be surprised if somebody didn't call a timeout.
Yeah. I think Oshawa has indicated. There we go. There's the timeout. Oshawa calls it.
And Larry Mavety will gladly take that as well, because that gives his big line a chance to catch a breather.
You're right, though, when you pointed out the little tiring or fatigue on Gretzky's part. I think you could say that for everybody. There's been a lot of skating this afternoon.
There's Jake Grimes, third season with the Belleville Bulls. He comes from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. His father is a commercial pilot, and he used to be at as many games as the parents that were in close to this area.
So he's the guy who flies the commercials into this show.
That's the one. Actually, now their family has moved to Guelph. Makes it a little easier for Herring and company to make the games. Goaltender Greg Gravity looking on. 47-35 are the shots on goal, favoring Belleville.
A lot of rubber. Hit a couple of shots, you'd have a whole tire.
6-5. Belleville leading. 25 seconds left. Shepard has to rush back into the net. Bulls just did stay onside. Brown sends it in the corner with 15 seconds remaining. And the crowd here, a big one, anticipating a victory. On the board, Boston misfires. 8 seconds left, and now the Generals break for one last rush. Leafs throwing it in toward the corner. 4 seconds left. Centering attempt. Up in the air it goes. Came down, batted out of play. There is 0.1 second left in the game. 0.1. You cannot cut it any closer than that without the boys being in the dressing room. Will run their season record to 2 victories, 3 losses against Oshawa. They will drop the puck, and that is it. Bulls have moved the game over the 500 mark to 22-21 and 9, and gained some ground on the Sudbury Wolves. The Oshawa Generals, who have been a bit of a bad stretch lately, they fought back quite nicely in this game. Greg Gravity and company will enjoy the 2 points. And our Molson Cup 3 stars from the Belleville Bulls, the #1 star is Brent Gretzky. From Oshawa with a couple of goals, Scott Hollis. And star #3 from Belleville, their captain, Darren McCarty. As the Bulls defeat the Oshawa Generals 6-5, we will return to the Quinte Sports Center in just a moment. Our first star will receive the Brute package of goodies, and there you see them there, and that will be going to Brent Gretzky. Brent Gretzky has many of those to his credit this year. He has an 18-game point scoring streak, including his activities here this afternoon, including a beautiful setup of a goal to Darren McCarty late in the second period. Gretzky also scored a team goal because Belleville trailed 4-3 in the second. He got the equalizer at 7:45. He has been a big part of the Belleville offense and the Belleville victory this afternoon. So with the Bulls defeating the Generals 6-5 for this victory. It has been a close series between these teams all season long, and it continues. Belleville Bulls with a 6-5 win over the Oshawa Generals this afternoon, and the winning goal came at 19:27 of the second period. And what a beautiful goal it was. It was set up by Brent Gretzky. This is our Longine Wittnauer play of the game. Watch the moves. Here is Gretzky in. He will not shoot. He's just going to come around, and Darren McCarty breaks away from a check, has to leave his feet, but is able to redirect it in behind goaltender Brent Brownlee at 19:27. That is Belleville's 6th goal of the game, and it proves to be the winner. Brent Gretzky, our Longine Wittnauer play of the game, and he is with Jim Taddy.
Thank you very much, Jack. There's a look at Brent Gretzky, and also Peter Ennis, a representative of Longine Wittnauer, who makes the presentation to Brent for the play of the game.
Brent, congratulations for the play of the game. Longines would like to present you with this watch. Wear it in good health and a lot of scoring chances.
Thanks for saying thank you.
All right, we'll be back with more from the Quinte Sports Center right after this timeout. Welcome back to the Quinte Sports Center. 6-5 the win for Belleville this afternoon. No surprise at all, Brent, that it was a one-goal game because they've all been like that. Let's go over the play of the game now. And I got to tell you, I think I fell out of the booth on one of these shifts. Describe it.
Somehow the puck popped loose here, and I see McCarty grab those two guys right there, and you know McCarty's going to go to the net every time someone has the puck, so he had to stick down and just put it on his stick, and he had to tap her in.
And you have the knack of being able to accelerate in tight with the puck on your stick when a lot of people would be slowing down.
That's something I had to work on. You don't get that easily. With McCarty, though, you have to go to the net, and he'll be there.
All right, you carry along the family tradition of giving credit to other people as well. You've really made an adjustment in a year's time. You have to be pretty happy with things.
Yeah, I think the summer really helped me a lot in LA, and worked on my skating and my agility. But playing with the team that we got, everybody comes and works hard, and that's how things will go.
This afternoon, did you have the feeling the last shot on goal would win?
No, not really. Second period, we got kind of scared. I got kind of scared, and then went back in the dressing room. We sorted everything out, and we came out flying.
All right, Brent. Thanks very much. Congratulations on a fine game. All right, 6-5 the final this afternoon. Next week, we'll be with you from Peterborough when London is there. Stay tuned to Global for Sports Tonight with Bill Bird. The Leafs this week at 7:30, and the Variety Telethon comes your way at 9 o'clock. That's all we have for now. Thanks for joining us from Belleville. Good afternoon. The OHL Game of the Week is brought to you by your friends at Shell Canada.